Hi guys, Baz from Hognose UK here. I've got a very late season clutch to show you. This is sort of the last few clutches from 2021 that are now hatching. I think the next clutch to hatch will be the last one that was laid in 2021, and it's an amazing clutch. I'm not going to say any more than that. Some really new genes and some phenomenal stuff expected. Whether that happens or not will remain to be seen. I'm not going to say any more than that, but that will be amazing if I hit what I'm trying to hit. So this clutch is a Blackhead Carnivore to a Het Red Xanthic Pastel Lesser Carnivore. Bred her last year, bred her to the same guy, so I bred her to the Blackhead Carnivore last year. She only laid one fertile egg and I got a little Blackhead out, which was, you know, nice animal. But so I'm hoping that this season, I can't remember how many eggs she laid, 7 or 8 I think it is. So this season I'm hoping that she does a few more exciting animals for me. So let's go and cut the eggs and have a look and see what she's made. Okay, so this is the clutch, Pastel Carnivore Het Red Xanthic Lesser to the Blackhead Carnivore and a spot nose Carnivore. Now these are a bit unusual, these eggs. These have actually been collapsed in nearly as far as this for a couple of weeks. So I'm actually cutting these 3 days early, which is unusual for me. I don't tend to cut earlier, cut on the day, unless there's a really good reason. There's one here, one egg here, that I cut a couple of weeks ago. It's probably not particularly easy to see. I cut it a couple of weeks ago because it completely collapsed flat. I've topped it up with saline and it's fine. The baby's moving quite well, but it still looks slightly underdeveloped. So I cut this one last night just to have a look, because these things just collapse down even further. They're little pancakes. So I cut this one out and I just saw how well developed this baby is. So I decided I'm going to cut the rest. Just going to make the window a little bit bigger in this one. Oh wow. Okay, so there's a Pastel Het Red Xanthic something in there. I'm going to say that's a Carnivore, but I can't really see a lot of it. The pattern's very messed up. Gorgeous looking animal. Very nice. See how well collapsed down these are, literally in the last 24 hours. I can't feel the babies in these, so I'm a bit slightly concerned that some of them may not have babies in them, but we'll see. They're only literally, so they're on day 52. They averagely hatch in my shed on day 55. In my shed, in my incubator. Oh wow, that is exactly the same animal again. Looking at it, I wonder if there's spot nose in that. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Gorgeous. Oh, banging the camera again. And there goes my stomach. Gorgeous looking animal. I'm going to say that one, I'm 100% is going to be a Carnivore. Dear, it's very windy today. Oh wow. Ah, so it's the Blackhead that's got it. Okay, so that's a Blackhead Het Red Xanthic Carnivore, I'm going to say. Absolutely beautiful animal. Wow. I say this every time I cut a clutch of Carnivores, they just seem to get better and better. They just keep blowing me away, make me almost speechless. Now look, I can't feel the baby in this one, but I couldn't feel that one either, so maybe they're just not big babies. She's quite a small snake. She's only about 2 kilos, and she did, how many eggs we got? 9? Yeah, 9 eggs. I think there was 10, but one went down, I believe. One failed. Wow. Wow. I think that's going to be a Blackhead heterotic xanthic without any carnivore. Very nice looking animal though. Excuse my stomach, it's a bit windy this morning. I'm not sure if the microphone's picking it up or not, but it's grumbling like a good one. And I've had my breakfast. Right. These are probably the most collapsed eggs I've ever had. As I say, they started collapsing like this about a fortnight ago. So I was quite worried about this clutch. So there is a Blackhead heterotic xanthic. I'm going to say Pastel. Cool. I think only the first two so far have been carnivores, but it's difficult to see when they're in the egg. There might be a few more than that, but we'll find out once they're out. Okay, now that should not have occurred. Blackhead carnivore. Blackhead carnivore to heterotic xanthic lesser pastel. That shouldn't happen. I shouldn't have had a white snake in there. That's slightly confusing. And I know exactly what I put in there last year. I put a blackhead in there last year, so I know that shouldn't have occurred. So I don't really know what's going on with that. I can see there's some markings on it. It's not, oh, excuse my stomach. I wouldn't say it was underdeveloped either, so don't really know what that is. I've had over the years probably 4 or 5 white snakes pop up in places where I didn't expect them, so, and with no explanation for them, so it's just another one to add to the long list. Oh, this shell is rock hard. There's no way this animal would have made it out on its own. It's really tough. You can hear it on the scissors, can't you? Right, let's have a look. Can't really see that one very well. He's got quite a big yolk still there, and he's upside down. So I'm gonna say that's another blackhead combo of some description. He's been a prolific little breeder for me last season, that little fella. I'm currently putting him into a butter enchy genetic stripe to make some blackhead carnivore het genetic stripes plus others. And there is the final one, which is really nice, but I don't, again, I'm going to say pastel blackhead, probably heterotic xanthic. Nice looking animal. Cool, I can't wait till this lot sheds off. Should be quite interesting. Okay, so here they are. This is the Blackhead carnivore to a pastel lesser heterotic xanthic carnivore. I'm going to start with the one which I'm really not sure about yet. So I had a good look at this one. I think it's either a pastel blackhead or pastel heterotic xanthic. I'm going to go with blackhead. Look how dark the head is and the accentuated lines around the eye stripe there, like the highlighting, like mascara, as Adam Harris would call it. It's not got typical Blackhead pastel markings down the sides, but I think if it was a Blackhead het red xanthic pastel, I think the alien heads would be elongated and strung out, sort of almost conjoined. But don't know, it's a bit of an enigma, this one. It's got some really nice blushing all the way up its back as well. Look at this. This is a bit, don't know, it's a bit weird, this one. I'm going to say Blackhead pastel, but I think there's something else at play there as well, but I'm not sure. And that's a male because I've already popped it. In this one is a Blackhead Carnivore lesser. Absolutely gorgeous, really dark chocolatey colours. Got the Carnivore head stamp. There's no Carnivore belly, there's no striping. That we know, we already know from past experience that the lesser knocks that out. So really nice animal. It'd be nice if that was a male, and it's not, of course. Really nice. And this is what I meant about the alien heads being messed up a bit more. This is more Blackhead style alien heads, but I don't think it's het red xanthic in there because it changes the alien heads again. So I'm just going to say this is a Blackhead lesser Carnivore. Gorgeous animal. Get near you. Then I think this is the same again. So this is a Carnivore lesser, but it's also got het red xanthic on top. Look at these markings up the sides, absolutely beautiful. So I mean, the way it's elongated the alien heads, strung them out, especially down towards the tail, almost looks like hieroglyphics. And that one there looks like the Kappa logo. Look, it may have a name for this animal. If the camera's picking it up, you have to excuse my stomach. I've just had my breakfast and I don't know why it's so growly. And that is a little girl. That is really nice, very pretty. And then this one, the next one, is the same again. So it's the Carnivore het red xanthic lesser, but with pastel on top. That is really nice. Really nice. So that's basically, I was going to say it's almost what Mum, do you know what, thinking about it, there's probably Blackhead in all of those. Yeah, of course it is, it's Blackhead as well. So this is a Blackhead lesser Carnivore het red xanthic, because if this wasn't Blackhead it would be identical to Mum, and it's nothing like Mum. So this carries all the genes that Mum does, except for it's got Blackhead on top. Excuse my stomach. That's really cool. That's a gorgeous animal, that is. So this Blackhead Carnivore that I've been using this season, it's the first season he's mated. I think he's done 3 or 4 clutches. He's done really well. It seems to be a lot really Blackhead strong. Look at the dorsal stripe on this animal. It's completely unbroken. You can't call that broken. It's got a couple of little pockets in it, but it completely goes from one end to the other. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. So there has to be Blackhead, otherwise it'd be like the Mum. Absolutely 100% looking like Mum, and it doesn't. So Mum's a lot lighter. That's a cool animal, that is. It's a very powerful animal. Didn't sex that, did I? That would be a girl, of course. Yeah, of course it is, as most of my carnivores tend to be. And then there's this one, which is probably one of the least powerful animals in there, but what a stunning looking little beast. So she's a Blackhead het red xanthic pastel, These guys lighten up and get brighter as they grow. I've grown a few of these up over the years. Quite nice. Look at that, markings. See, this is what I'd expect from a typical het red xanthic blackhead. This kind of floaty alien heads. They're quite more rounded off. Nothing like the ones in there. So you can see the carnivores had quite an effect on the alien heads on the first few that I showed you. Still really nice animal. This whole clutch has been amazing. Still wondering whether that's blackhead as well. And if that guy there is blackhead, then they're nearly all blackheads. So cool, nice result. So this is a blackhead het red xanthic pastel. Really nice animal. Really, look at the markings on the sides. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's a girl. Okay. And then we've got this. I love this one. This one's gorgeous. So this is a blackhead carnivore. I'm gonna say blackhead carnivore, and with the way the shapes of the alien heads down the sides, so it's a blackhead carnivore het red xanthic, but there's no lesser in this one. And this one it's a bit lively. This one, come on, hold still, mate. This has got a very broken up dorsal stripe. The carnivore's really messed this one up. And you come down the back end where you'd expect to see the dorsal stripe for the carnivore, you've got a double one, which is quite cool. Again, because it's got the het red xanthic and that in it, and blackhead and that in it, and it really hasn't given me any chin stripe whatsoever. But it's got the typical carnivore dorsal. What a gorgeous animal. The dorsal stripe's completely messed up. The pattern's almost random everywhere. The alien heads are completely messed up. The ones that look like hieroglyphics, that's got to be a reaction between the het red xanthic and the lesser with the carnivore. It looks like the het red xanthic, the sides of the het red xanthic clowns that I've made recently as well. Oh, that's gorgeous. What a beautiful animal. Absolutely stunning. Oh, obviously that will be a girl because it's a carnivore. I'm trying to use reverse psychology on the snakes and hoping to get a male, but oh, I did. Awesome. So I'll probably end up keeping this guy. That is really nice. Really, really nice animal. And then the next one is the same again. This is a blackhead carnivore het red xanthic, but this is a pastel lesser on top. So this one's got doesn't want to unball. So this one has got everything in it. So this has got all the genes in it that are there. And look at that dorsal stripe. So it starts off solid, but a further way down the body it goes into like railway tracks. Look at that. I'm saying her, I haven't sexed it yet. That is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. No belly markings whatsoever. So that I'm certain that's the whole lot. So that's the het red xanthic pastel carnivore lesser blackhead. Absolutely awesome. Total powerhouse. Make some amazing babies out of this in the future, depending on what sex it is, obviously, or irrespective of what. Oh, that's a boy as well. So I think that one might just got superseded. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Excuse my stomach. Bloody awesome animal that is. I really, really, really like that. This whole clutch has been amazing, basically. Alright, here's the one that's giving me a headache. This one shouldn't exist. There isn't bell on both sides. So there's bell on one side. You've got your so it's a blackhead carnivore. Actually, it's not even bell. Oh, yes, it's close. I took no more. Lesser. So you've got lesser on one side, and that's it. So the Blackhead is a carnivore. There's nothing else in him as far as I'm aware. I've had lots of clutches out of him this season, and he hasn't produced anything else like this. Obviously I'm going to put him to something, I'll put him to a Phantom or something, a Phantom combo, and see if I hit anything interesting. But that has got blue eyes, I can see the blue eyes. So this is really weird. So this really shouldn't have occurred, this animal. Last year I bred this female to the same male, so it went to the Blackhead Carnivore last year as well. So this can't be a retained sperm either. So that was her first year of breeding here. So I'm a bit, see this, you get this stripe down like a super lesser, but it hasn't got the little tiny eyes like a super lesser. It's quite a nice animal actually, it's really pretty. So that is some kind of blue-eyed Lucy, but could also be Carnivore, Blackhead. I doubt it's Blackhead because you haven't got any shading on the head, but it could well be Carnivore, you know, het red xanthic, all the other bits and pieces on top. I have blacklighted it and there is a pattern. You can't really see it. I can just about see it, but I doubt you'll pick it up on camera. But there is pattern, a bit like those ones down the sides on the first few that I showed you, when you blacklight it. So I'm a bit sort of puzzled as to why I've got a white snake, but I have. It's a girl. You can't really say parthenogenesis either because there's too many genes in the female. I would have thought if it was a parthenogenetic animal that you would get a Pastel het red xanthic carnivore lesser, not just a. And you can't produce a super from a parthenogenesis, so absolutely 100% can't be parthenogenesis either. So I'm a little bit puzzled. I do this every so often. Every couple of years I hatch a white snake that shouldn't be there, and this season this is the one. Pretty animal. So there we go. Oh, excuse me, what? Okay, so there we go, the usual enigma in most of my clutches, and this one turns out to be a white one with a yellow stripe down its back. So don't know where that's come from. You know, this snake has only ever been bred to a Blackhead carnivore since I've had her. She's got to be at least 4 years old, so I don't know where the white snakes come from. But you know, what an awesome bunch of carnivores. It's getting more and more difficult to pick out what's what with these. The Blackhead lesser carnivore, the first one is quite a distinctive, really nice looking animal. But the rest of them are just get better and better as the clutch goes along. As you know, as I showed you, and they're getting more and more. I was kind of trying to retain my excitement. They're just bloody amazing. They're just, it's one of those clutches that you've cut it and you think, oh yeah, they're going to be nice, and then as they're shedding off, they just look better and better. So absolute phenomenal result. There's a lot of Blackhead in there, there's a lot of Carnivore in there, and I even got a couple of really nice Carnivore males, which if you've watched my videos you'll know that I generally struggle to hit the males. So I don't know why that is. I don't think it's one of these weird sex related genes, but the vast majority of Carnivore clutches are very female strong. A lot of them are just females, and but then I've had a couple of clutches this season which have had a few males in as well, so you know, I can't really complain too much. The Darkling Carnivore clutch had 3 males in it, which is a record. So there you go. Anyway, over and moving this clutch, really happy with them. Big babies as well, as you saw. Can't wait to get these guys feeding and up and running. And if you enjoyed this video, please tick the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would be very grateful. And stay safe out there. And don't get crushed or mashed.